Howdy, y'all.
Howdy,
Welcome
y'all.
back to your favorite podcast slash YouTube show.
hmm
The Timberwolves finally, finally go above 500. For honestly, when was the last time we were above 500? I don't even remember.
Yeah.
Beginning of the season, maybe? But either way, we made it.
When we were 1-0.
Yeah, when we were 1-0. But the Timberwolves have made it above 500. Not that that really changes anything in standings. We are just going to be forever stuck between like the 7 and 10 seed, it seems like, this year. But, obviously it feels good to get above 500. And not only just get above 500, but have another Ant game. We have
Yeah.
been dying for an Ant game, or really just any game from our top three to just be like, you think of like the D'Lo game in this against the 76ers. That was insane. You think of like Ant's game tonight. We want a game like that, and we just haven't had that yet until tonight. So
Yeah,
it
for
feels
sure.
good. Feels good.
Look, Mom, we made it. Ant's going to be all right. He is phenomenal to watch when he's on, and there is no stopping him when he's on. Like, it seems like no one, two, three, or four players in his way can stop him from a 4-point play. It was incredible to watch. Uh, all of the game that I did get to see, it just felt like Ant was in his own like bag. He was on his own. Nothing could really impede what he would like to do or what he wanted to do. And if ever there was a moment where he couldn't drive, he couldn't finish, he would step back and make that three and make it look effortless. It was incredible.
Yeah, this is the game that we envisioned from Ant, and he delivered. I mean, he delivered in every way. He took 27 shots tonight.
Yeah,
But
to make up for some other people that didn't take shots tonight. Yep.
which was weird. I mean,
So fucking weird.
yeah, and just so you know, your voice is coming through beautifully, but your
Really?
video is coming through at
Oh.
one frame per 5 minutes.
Oh, okay. Yeah, one second. It's my fucking potato, man. It's a
That's all
potato.
right. That's all right. Soon enough, my camera will overheat and we'll both have problems. So, but yeah. Anyways, Karl Anthony Towns, super strange night. He ends up with having 7 shots on the night, which
Yeah.
also beyond just the 7 shots, like I will say, spoiler, I didn't necessarily hate his game tonight.
No, same.
But like he just
Come
seemed
on.
off today. He just
Come
seemed
on.
really off. What are we
Yeah.
talking about?
Oh, what are we talking about? Like, he just went on the fucking post game show saying, superstars come in superstar moments. Yeah, we found that out tonight. We definitely did. And it was Nasir Little versus Anthony Edwards, apparently. So,
True.
yeah. And Cat was just a third piece, a third pylon into our little gymnasium that we're building over here. And yeah, he looked like it. He looked the part of a passing big that's passed all game and got 2 assists. Like, yeah, maybe the shooters weren't there to make shots. Maybe the Malik Beasley layups weren't there, and the Vandos Butterfinger balls or hands were there. But like, okay, then take it upon yourself to know the fucking personnel that you have on your team that's going to miss shots, that's going to brick threes, that's going to Butterfinger the ball out of bounds, and take it to your own reigns to take over the game. I also bow down to him to conceding the fact that Ant had this game on his own, and he was always like kind of showing D'Lo, give it to Ant, give it to Ant, give it to Ant. And so like he just said, hey, I'll defer to me later, but go to Ant, run everything through Ant. It was kind of cool to see. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I agree. I think there was a lot of good things from Towns in those kind of areas that you're talking about.
Yeah.
It's kind of incredible that he has 17 points off of 7 shots when he only made 4 shots. But he did get to the line a bit tonight. But
yeah, the theme of the game was actually just how kind of aggressive we were at getting to the line. We got like maybe 10, 12 more attempts than the other team. And that's the difference in this game. Like, even though we may have missed a few, that's the difference in this game.
Yeah. And it's just a crazy game because we went through the first half and I thought we were toast. I was like, I didn't like this. We're down by 10. We're in foul trouble. We look lackluster. Towns is out there like looking like sad. And it's like, I mean, this is just like we're not doing well. Even though Ant's having a good game, like we can't just only have Ant play well. Which in the end, I mean, that's kind of what happened. But we had an effort from the team. Especially in the third quarter was strange because I don't know the numbers exactly on like how we did versus others like quarter wise, but like the third quarter, it felt like we were consistently down 10, but it felt like we were playing significantly better than the Blazers were.
Oh, the third quarter was the highlight of the game for me. Like the fourth quarter was Ant heroics and everything,
Mhm.
but the third quarter was just us battling our own demons and Ant saying fuck it and just making like 4 point play after 10 points in a row and closing out that quarter was just like basically the essence of that game.
Mhm.
Ant, like nothing could stop him. Uh why doesn't he play like this all the time?
Yeah, I
There's inconsistencies galore on this team, and it's okay, especially for a second year player. Maybe not for a 7 or 8 year player, but like, maybe he doesn't get the calls, maybe he doesn't get the shots to go, maybe he gets hacked, maybe there's like something he doesn't want to get injured, he doesn't want to like he's feeling something in his legs or something. Like we saw again today. But like, I feel like this team will run as we had anticipated right after the draft on Ant's drive and willingness to drive to the rim.
Mhm.
When it doesn't go in, when it doesn't fall, when he's not getting the calls, it's nice to see D'Lo step in and out of the game. And when he's chalking up the game like he was kind of tonight, he wasn't playing great. It's nice to see Cat take over. There were moments where Cat was kind of in his bag, taking his threes and kind of imposing his will. It was nice to see. But for all, it was just like a total team effort. Vando had his moments of absolute like domination. And even a Jalen Noel kind of blitz was cool. But like the team was great. Well, the core team was great. And we have to beat teams like this to just stay afloat, to stay above 500, so then we can kind of punt games later in the season, and rest guys even, and take a couple L's when we're not supposed to. These games matter, and I'm glad we took it. I'm glad we took care of it. I'm glad we fucking 10 toes down, got super serious, close this game out. And
Yeah.
thank you, Robert Covington. That's all I'll say.
I
Thank you.
was laughing at Jack's comment. He says Rocco still plays for the Wolves.
Yeah,
um,
totally.
that was hilarious. But I was kind of thinking we were having our game day discussion in the Discord. Shout out to our Discord. But Gerald was saying something. I was like, why doesn't Ant just drive like this all the time? Because Ant drives like this and he has great games almost every time.
Yeah.
And it's just so frustrating because it's like I mean, he's not getting like egregiously. I mean, he's getting fouled and not getting a lot of calls, but he's also not getting like so battered by calls. Like Towns, when he doesn't get calls, it's like he's getting mugged. And
Yeah.
when Ant drives, it's less contact. There is contact for sure, but it's not the same level of contact. So I don't think it's necessarily a thing of like, oh, he's scared of the contact. I just don't understand it. But what Jared was saying basically, and I know I've seen other people say this too, but Gerald just said it well, and I'm gonna probably butcher it. But basically, Ant just lives off of the last shot, and he lives off of the current game at hand. Like he doesn't like he is so much focused on like, oh, I had a really good like first 3 shots, so now I'm going to take
Yeah.
27 tonight.
Yeah, totally.
And
Totally.
I think like obviously I want Ant to be the aggressor. I want him to be the main player for us every night. That's the vision for me. But like I don't want to see this be the 127 shot game that we have from Ant for the next 5 games.
Mm. Consistency is key. It's going to build a culture. It's going to build momentum. It's going to build winning streaks. It's going to build good vibes throughout the culture, the doldrums of the league, and so the doldrums of the team. So yeah, this is something to build on. Don't reflect and remember this 5-10 games from now. Build from this. I don't mind Cat taking 7 shots when Ant takes 27, gets to 40.
Yep.
If it produces wins, if it's a winning like kind of mentality. There are games where Cat is feverishly too shy to take shots when he's clearly the one who does take shots, and we saw that a little bit tonight. But when it goes in, when the play is made, when Ant has the ball in his hands, things tend to gotta go our way. 18 free throws, man. 18 for 23 from the three of us, the big three. Like that's so significant.
Mm-hmm.
That is what we don't see on a regular basis. And I think to offset like all the shooting woes we had in the first half, slow the game down, get the plays going where we get the calls, we get the favorable whistle, and make it our game. Like we took that game from Portland in that third quarter and made it our game to lose.
Yeah, no, 100%. I mean, we just started taking over. We started playing with Passion, even at the end of the second quarter, we were down by like 13, and we had a couple plays where we kind of brought it back. I think we still might have ended up down by 8, I think, at the half, but like we came back and made it somewhat possible for that to happen. And we just fought it. I think that's one of those situations where Finch just has to be like, okay, so offensively this first half, and really just overall this first half, we played terrible. We have 120 seconds left in the second quarter. You need to play your ass off to basically erase this first half. Because,
Yeah.
I mean, just think of it. Like, even if you have a terrible first half, if you're down by 10 with 2 minutes to go, if you can just make some ground up, you basically eliminate the first half of the game. So then you can just go on to the second half and have a fresh start. So,
Yeah, that's great.
it's kind of like a lazy way, a procrastinating way of winning a NBA game. But, like, I think that's kind of what happened tonight. So,
Oh yeah, totally.
But anyways, I got to catch up on chat. I feel like I'm terrible. I haven't been looking that much.
I haven't looked either because my computer's been a potato. Hey, welcome everyone. 9 people. We are 10% of the way there to Timberwolves Daily. I love you all.
Yes.
Oh my god, my fucking camera.
That's all right. If we get 3 more subs in the next 3 minutes, Ashwin's camera will start working. I think that's what all the people do on TikTok to get the live videos popping off. Anyways, follow our TikTok.
We got Jack Kerr in here. I like that. What's up, Jack Kerr?
Yeah, Jack. We got JBX. We got JJ Creates. We got Gerald.
Wombat.
We got Mamba Hustle. We got Wombat. We've got, who else did I miss?
Jonah. JBX.
Jonah. Basketball. What is it? Isn't it LeBron that tweeted basket M ball or something like that?
No.
There was something weird about that. I don't remember.
I have all LeBron related tweets blocked. So I'm sorry. I just can't see it.
Well, anyways, you want to jump right into that tier list?
Yeah.
Lay Ant Jonah.
The hot tub of playlist.
Yes. The hot tub. We're gonna do a hot tub stream if we make it deep into the playoffs.
That's not bad. That's not bad. Yeah, let's go. First quarter, Ant D'Lo. Second quarter, Ant. Like that's it.
Mm-hmm.
A little bit of a splash of Noel, but it was like literally Ant. It looked out of reach. It looked out of touch. Like we were just not ready. We're not prepared for the late games. Apparently, the games kind of fit our schedule pretty well. Maybe not for you in Central Time Zone, but it felt like it was a good like time away, time off. We played the Nets. Played well. I thought it was perfect time for a kick-ass game to just like solidify everything. And so coming out sluggish, coming out slow, fucking made no sense to me.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I was weirded out too because I was like, are we not caring? Are we are we giving up? Like I thought this was a game I was kind of excited for because I was like, this is our chance. I was talking about it in the Discord. I was like, this is our chance to go above 500. We're playing a team that's probably one of the worst teams that we're playing over this stretch of games. So it's like, let's take advantage. And we came out so slow. It was crazy. But
yeah, just coming off that like 20-minute like post-game interview from Cat, just talking about himself and talking about like superstars coming in clutch and like 3 points of the half. Like, what the fuck are you responding to? Who are you talking to? And it's nice to see others come in and come to play. Like Jared Vanderbilt held the fort, when we were having a hard time, like getting any sort of rhythm going. He would give us extra opportunities and even a couple dunks just to get the motor running, right? The motor revving, right? Third quarter, Cat comes to play. It was a pretty fun quarter because Vando got involved offensively. Cat got 12 points in the quarter. Our bench was ass, and that's all that mattered because we just ran our starters to the ground this game, and it was nice to see.
Crazy. I'm just looking at the numbers for the bench, and I'm like, holy cow, it's so bad.
Nah.
But, well, anyways, we're only going to do 6 players tonight, I believe. Well, I mean, Wancho's obviously always Glenn Taylor tier. But we're going to do 6 players. I've got them up on the screen. So we're going to do Jalen Noel, D'Lo, Vando, McDaniels. Actually, we should do McDaniels first. Towns, and then Ant. So those are the players we're doing tonight. Couple bench players. Actually, who started and didn't? Oh, McDaniels, didn't do anything. I was like, who didn't do anything? So yeah, I'm checking real quick just to make sure that we don't have any free Timberwolves tickets in the Timberwolves app. But there is tickets in the Timberwolves app.
Hey, Jack Kerr asked us, are we boys?
Are we
No,
boys?
I think we are boys. Yes.
I
On the
think we're
Wolves Talk
men.
page on Facebook, we are not on the Wolves Talk page. I don't know what the fuck that is.
The Wolves talk page.
I don't know. We gotta look at Wolves Talk after this.
We
Actually,
will.
Jack Kerr, post a link in here if that's legal to do, or if you're able to do that. Otherwise, I'll send you to our Discord. Yeah, how about that? And
Yes.
post whatever you're talking about there, because I don't know what you're talking about, and I would love to know 100% what you are
Alrighty.
wanting to do. And then Gerald, they think they even got to Portland yesterday too. Do I get an I called it for saying I was scared because it was all set up for a loss for us? JJ Crate says after hitting 500 and playing Blazers team who's been hot over the past 10 games, I thought this game was a trap game. I didn't think this was a trap game.
Yeah, I thought this was a good game for us. I was feeling, and Gerald kind of said that in the Discord. He was talking about how he was a little nervous, and I was like, I mean, I'm nervous before any Timberwolves game, but I'm also I'm also semi optimistic. Just that, like like Ant was saying, post game, he was like we are 1-7 now in games of trying to go above 500 this year, and he's like, we talked about it before the game, and we didn't want to have that happen again. And I was like, I feel that because I am feeling that same way, even though I'm not a player. I want to win. I want to get above 500 just so that we don't have to think about it or talk about it. I'm sick of curses. I'm sick of worrying about which way I wear my hat, which socks I wear when I watch the game. I'm sick
The
of
hat sometimes inside out, sometimes
yeah,
backwards,
like
sometimes a Blazers scarf.
sometimes I'm leaning on my right arm and then I switch to my left,
Oh,
and
yeah.
then Town starts like throwing turnovers and stuff, and I'm like, it was my fault.
Yeah.
But anyways, I am rambling about my arms, so let's get into the tier list.
Speaking of arms,
Speaking of arms, Jaden McDaniels.
no arms without them.
So he did nothing tonight. But
Well,
let's just list off that nothingness. He had 3 points, 2 rebounds, 1 assist. He did have 2 steals, 1 of 6 shooting. He was a -5. That doesn't really matter tonight. But I think most importantly, Chris Finch kind of took him out because he realized nothing was happening.
Dude, so, he must be revving up, thoughts from the Discord, because everyone in the Discord hates McDaniels and what he's producing these days. I'm on the fence. I actually prefer him out there, but and he was out there for the game, kind of like clinching, like save or whatever the fuck that was, defensive possession for Anthony Simons to miss that 3 or whatever. But yeah, absolute dud. What the fuck was he doing out there?
Nothing. And I've just had a hard time believing in him lately. You want to do a 3-2-1?
Yeah.
All right. 3, 2, 1, D.
Yeah, cool. Let's move on. Barely any D from him. I'm glad to see him somewhere on the court at times, but when your shot's not falling, bench him. When you're coughing up the ball, bench him. When you're, over aggressive shooting the ball, bench him. Like, we need him to be in those slot shots. And in a game like this where it meant so much, and in like the margins, you're not scoring anything, get the fuck out of here. You know what's really cool? Taurean Prince did nothing, but he was out there.
Yeah, he was out there for 30 minutes.
He didn't do anything.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Give him an A.
Taurean Prince is an A tonight. Man, one last thing on Jaden, and I'll just make it quick. I wish that I could somehow be there for like post-game press, like interviews and stuff like that, because I just want to know, for many reasons, why Jaden is taking so many shots. And it's less of me like being harsh. I just truly want to understand if it's like a game plan, or if it's like Jaden started to feel confident, so he's just taking the initiative. Because I don't believe that it's him just taking the initiative and doing it. I think that he's being told to do it. But if it is then that's a totally different insight. That it's like, oh my gosh, Jaden is so confident that he's taking threes 5 times a game now.
We have no shot creators on our team.
Yeah.
And so it's D'Lo, it's Ant, it's Jalen Noel, and actually kind of is Jaden McDaniels when he's ready. He's very confident when he wants to take his shot. And you can find his shot anywhere on the court. It's very unorthodox, but he can take it anywhere. We are talking way too much about him. He's a D.
It's sickening. D. Anyways, next up, we're going to do our new favorite player, Jalen Noel. Jalen Noel had 8 points, 3 rebounds, 4 assists, 3 of 8 shooting. Seems like everything he shot went in tonight. But yeah, you're ready for a grade. on
Yeah, I'm
everybody
ready.
else get your grades in. But yes, you're ready.
Yeah.
3, 2, 1, C.
See,
Yep.
yeah, he did what we were expecting him to do. Nothing more, nothing less. He got out of the way. Right. His 3-point shot wasn't falling. He didn't really get to the line. The best part of his game was his distribution, in my opinion. So
Mhm.
good for him. Like, he's still significant off the bench,
He
regardless of
is.
what he's doing. He's so significant. Notice he was out there towards the end of the game. He was out there. It
Hmm.
was nice to see.
I just love seeing him out there, and I love, the thing that I was so worried about coming into the season and coming into him playing a lot more minutes was like, I just don't trust him. And at
Yeah.
this point, I trust him. I know what he's gonna do. I know what he's not gonna do,
Mm.
and that I assume as a coach makes you feel very good because you're like, I know what I can get out of him, and I know what's possible, and I know what is unlikely, so it feels safe to play him. But
Yeah, I don't remember this one play where I think he was either called for a foul or a goaltend foul or something weird. And I don't know, he wasn't the same ever since that play. And JBX was asking if he was injured because he only played 20 minutes and he had like something around his back or middle towards the end of the game. I don't know.
I'm not
Maybe
sure.
he's nursing something small and
He,
sore.
he did have a crazy. It was almost a block, but I think somebody fouled him. I don't remember if it was Nas or Jaden or even Towns. I don't remember. But he had like a crazy block, and he thought he got called for the foul, but he jumped so high. I was like, oh my gosh. Hopefully that wasn't an injury. But, anyways, C for Jalen.
Yeah.
Next
Can
up,
we just put Nas Reed in like Wancho tier
holy
and move on?
cow!
Yeah.
Yes, we can do that. It was a
What's up,
really
Marion
bad
Balin? Marion Balin.
Marion.
He bumped with Nas and slipped pretty bad. Oh, so good recollection,
Oh,
you
I
guys.
remember that. That was
I don't remember that.
crazy. They didn't even really talk about it on the broadcast. I couldn't believe it.
Mm.
But he went up for some kind of a layup or something, and Nas just pounded him. He was like, he goes down so fast, straight on his back. I thought I had to like double take and see the replay because I was like, I can't believe that just happened. And then it actually did happen. And I was like, oh my God. It was bad. You have to like find it because it was like insane. He stayed in the game though. It was weird. Anyways.
I was watching the Blazers broadcast, so maybe that's why I missed it. But
Yeah, they didn't really
not
talk
to
about it too
my
much anyway.
yeah, I was blacked out.
But yeah, and Marion,
Timberwolves.
we're getting to your grade that you gave on Twitter, but I'm not spoiling anything.
Mm.
Anyways, next up, let's do I guess D'Lo.
Yeah.
D'Lo 22 points, 4 assists, 7 of 16 shooting. He had 4 turnovers, felt like 13.
Felt like 13. Yep.
But yeah, I think I'm ready to grade D'Lo.
Sure.
All right, 3, 2, 1, C.
D. And on a win, I feel weird because like he's been doing a lot of the good, dirty things on the defensive end. He was solid tonight, but offensively, 5 steps back, like, and not for a step back either. Like 5 steps back of where we wanted him to be,
Yeah.
and where we need him to be to blow out this fucking team. So I'm very encouraged by the signs that I've been seeing for D'Lo. 3 games of awesome offense and effective, immediate, efficiency, and then 1 kind of sluggish game. I'll take that, but like I don't want this to be a fucking routine.
Exactly. And I'm going to quote somebody from the Discord again, and I might be Gerald again, so I'm sorry if I'm just stealing all of this content from Gerald. But, D'Lo is not our best player, never is really our best player or most skilled player, but he is by far the most valuable player on our team because if we don't have D'Lo, we have nothing. And it's like even though tonight's game, like obviously we gave him a C, it's nothing insane. Like I just think obviously we would maybe expect a little bit more from him. We obviously expect more assists. I think as JBX is saying. I certainly do hope for more, and I certainly hoped for at least 8 tonight since I had the over on 7.5 assists for him tonight. But I think without D'Lo out there, certain other things aren't happening. So tonight was a little bit maybe more of a behind the scenes night, but those turnovers were just so bad, and they were so frustrating. They were cat level turnovers that were just driving me insane.
Yeah, and like right off the inbounds, or like just small amounts of pressure would like bully him, would like disturb him.
Mm-hmm.
If it weren't for his game saving, like goaltending layup that he got, we would be in a different position. We probably would still be watching the fucking game right now. So yeah, without that he would be probably a D. Like he was pretty ass. So I'm expecting big things out of this team with D'Lo being one of the more like key cogs of this team. Unfortunately, he wasn't really there when we needed him, but he got free throws. He got what he needed to get out of this game, and he also set up Ant all the time. So, and in a lot of ways, Ant ISO wouldn't, procure an assist anyways. Letting him take the game on his own hands because he had the hot hand. That's kind of a testament to D'Lo because D'Lo in the game situations wants to take the shot, right? So
Yeah, and uh, good shout out to JBX talking about how Jim and Dave were mentioning the tips on the rebounds as well.
yeah,
Because that is huge, and he does that so often. So
Marion Bateman, A1 rip through apparently. Yeah, he's been kind of killing it lately with that.
it kind of surprises me. It makes me think that either teams are just not scouting D'Lo, or because like he's done it multiple times in every game we've played in like the last 5 games. So it's like I don't know why they're not ready for that, or else the players are just not paying attention. Really weird. But anyways, that's D'Lo. CeeLo tonight. And next up, we've got Jared Vanderbilt. 13 points, 13 rebounds, 6 assists, 2 steals, 5 of 7 shooting, and no personal fouls.
Interesting. I'm ready for a grade. Are you?
I am also ready for a grade. I think we might be different.
I think we're different.
All right.
Okay.
3, 2, 1, A.
B. Yep. Different.
Different. Correct. That's it.
That's it.
For me, I just see like there's a lot of different reasons that I do this grade tonight. I would not call this a perfect game for him, but I mean, obviously the rebounding was present and felt tonight. His scoring ability is changing how this team can operate. Like obviously he's not being guarded as much as like an Ant or a Cat or a D'Lo is, or even like a Pat Bev when he's playing. But he's able to score. He has these weird like bank shots that he hits, like bank layups that he's like just tossing up that just go in out of nowhere. His passing tonight was impressive. He even had one that Nas should have thrown down. He had this crazy kind of not a no look, but just like a quick little shovel pass over to Nas, and Nas missed the dunk. But that impressed me like crazy. He's in there like tipping balls that he should has no business getting around, and I know that's what we kind of expect from him, but man, I just thought that this game I felt it more, and I felt like he was a big reason why they won the game. But obviously, I mean, Ant was like the main reason. So.
Cool. I'm totally convinced he's an A. Why I was thinking of B was just because of the synergy that he didn't have with Towns tonight. I just didn't see a lot of the usual Jared Vanderbilt like dunking spots and like kind of flow within. But man, his passing was solid. Can he be a Draymond Green for us? Like that's wishful thinking, of course, but he has the ability to do that, just that. And he led our team in assists tonight. That is saying something that's not just a number. That is very fucking telling that we were deliberately trying to run the game with Jared Vanderbilt in mind. That's pretty interesting.
That is crazy. I didn't even realize he was leading in assists. But I do agree with you. Yeah. I actually, one thing I noticed, in the past I've kind of said that Towns gets visibly frustrated with Vanderbilt when they're going for rebounds together. And I've kind of blamed that on Towns. And tonight, I maybe took a tiny step more towards maybe this is Vanderbilt. I think, like, I do think that Towns, unfortunately, has this kind of, like, stats mentality, and he wants to be the one getting the rebounds, and he doesn't want there to be another rebounder that's, like, taking rebound stats away from him. I do believe that. But there were times tonight when Vando was, like, unnecessarily challenging Towns for rebounds. And, like, I get that it was, like, he's just like, I mean, that's just who he is. He's just like a go-getter. He's like, motor doesn't stop. He's always going for it, whether it's against his own teammate or somebody else. But tonight there were multiple times where I was like, okay, I actually might be on Towns' side for some of these rebounds. Because
it's Vando's side. What are you talking about? What are we fucking talking about? Dude, can you hear me shaking my head? Who am I? Best B-ball breakdown?
B-ball breakdown.
Yeah, that's a trip. I don't think I remember the last time I checked out one of his videos, their videos. What up, Timberwolves Daily?
Caps lock.
Caps lock. Yeah, buddy. I'm glad you saw my little dumb comment. That was great. We were just talking about Vando and how fantastic he's been, and how unreal it is to see the power play in like everyone on the Blazers thinks they have a fucking rebound. Whoop, yoink, pass it out for Ant 3. and it's like incredible, monumental momentum shift, deflating on Blazers end, and we get fucking a bucket. We get hype. Van was hype. You saw him like clapping his hands after that crap. It's so fun to watch, and he's just all energy all the time. And he gets knocked down off of like a crazy offensive rebound, passes it out, gets a swing three. It's so cool to see, man.
Yeah. Agreed.
What did we say prior to the season? The three most important people: D'Lo, Vando, Beverly. It's and fucking true.
It is. It's 100% true.
Yeah, it's insane how fucking smart we are.
We are so smart. Oh my gosh, pat ourselves on the back, everybody. Just me and Ashwin though.
Pat ourselves on the bevs.
Yeah. Anyways, next up, Karl Anthony Towns.
Browns.
I think we're probably going to be different on this one too. Maybe.
I think I'm okay. All right, I'm ready.
I'm trying to read your brain. Okay, everybody get your grades in for Cat. Cat had 17 points, 17 rebounds, 4 blocks. He was 4 of 7 shooting, which is insane. He had as many blocks as he had shots made. And he had 6 free throws and only 2 personal fouls. So,
yeah.
I am ready.
Yeah.
All right. 3, 2, 1, B.
Yeah. We're the same.
Look at that.
Same piece.
Look at us.
Look at us. You had doubt. The reason why I think he's a B is he did fucking nothing incredibly incredulous. Like, it was within the offense. It was something that was contained, self-contained. Nothing like he could have taken over the game at any moment, but he chose not to because he was trying to get others involved. That's cool. That's interesting. The shots weren't falling. I wish he would recognize this would be an A tier for him. He would recognize to stop going to the others that don't take shots and start taking him himself. Take over the game when you need to. That's all we ask for. That's all we were hoping for out of our 7-year vet. But it's nice to see that, he went to the line a bunch. He made his threes when he took them. He got a ton of fucking rebounds, and he got his own in the fourth quarter. Like, he kind of made it, in the third quarter, he kind of made it he kind of crept back into the scoring column when we needed him most.
Yeah, and I think I think it was mentioned a lot on social media tonight, but like Towns did have, he had 17.17 rebounds, and we touched on it a little bit earlier on the show, but like he had so many passes tonight to people that were taking shots that didn't make it. I know there's a place out there that has like a stat someplace of like potential assists or something like that, and I feel like Towns's potential assists tonight would be like off the charts because he had there was just countless times. Now, I'm not saying he's giving this to perfectly wide open shooters. There were many times tonight where that did happen, but there's also times where he's like kind of fitting it into tight spaces and a player is just trying to get up a shot basically really quick. But breaking news, we do have a tweet from John Krasinski from Cat's post game. So what did I say? Cat says, didn't seem like a game for me to be shooting the ball. I was trying to do everything I can elsewhere. Play defense, get a bunch of block shots, get steals. He didn't have any steals. Get a bunch of rebounds, just dominate everywhere else. I give that quote a B. It's like almost there. I think that's not terrible. I think, I do wish, I don't really ever want there to be a game where Cat only takes 7 shots, but I do think that it was very wise of him to be letting Ant take those shots tonight. Scorpios. I still haven't seen that post game. I have to look at that.
So bad, man.
I know, but I have to. But yeah, no. Overall, anyways, B for Towns. I think this was a fine night, and I think there's a lot of people out there that probably see 17 and 17 and think that's just like an A or higher, but obviously this is a fine game. This is a good game, good decision making. And I think to quote Marion in the chat, B because I didn't hate him tonight.
I didn't hate him. I love that. More of you, Marion, in our stream because that was awesome. Yep.
Yes, 100%. All right. And speaking of 100%,
yeah,
Cat's astrologist told him not to shoot.
Godfrey. Yes.
All right. Well, on to the last player of the night, Anthony Edwards, who Jelson just showed up for. Everybody get your grades in for Anthony Edwards as I list off every single shot that he took tonight. Um,
Yeah, right.
so 40 points, 9 rebounds,
Wow.
3 steals, 3 blocks, 4 of 27 shooting, 5 of 13 from 3, 7 of 11 from the line. Only 1 turnover for Ant tonight, 4 personal fouls, but obviously one of Ant's best games of his career.
All right, I'm ready to grade.
And I think everybody is. 3,
3.
2, 1, A1.
A1. What'd you say?
Yes, A1.
A1. This is a game I will remember for a long, long time. Maybe a couple seasons, later I might forget about this, but like this was the game where we would have lost had it not been for our second year stud who just said, fuck it, fuck these ISOs or fuck these play calls. I'm just going to take it on my own. Incredible output, man. Incredible effort on both sides of the ball. And this is like telling, is this the next as Ant ascended? Is it Ascendant? Is it the guy who is now going to take this team like Mitchell does for the Jazz? Is it going to be his team? It would be great to see. We don't know yet because we're trying to figure each other out and feel each other out. And as Kat says, I'm just trying to do everything else. And that means give Ant the ball. And if Ant says, fuck yeah, I'm going to be the anti-Wiggins, let's have that anti-Wiggins season.
Yeah. I mean, I'm all down for Ant games like this. And obviously you may not expect 40 points every night, but I want this aggressiveness. I want this shot making ability. I want this defense. 3 blocks and 3 steals is pretty insane. So, yeah, no, I the only thing I will say, like, I'm never gonna forget this because obviously I am never gonna forget any Ant game. But just on if we're grading this on an A1 scale, I would say this is a little bit lower of an A1 game. Not to say that he did anything wrong. I mean, obviously he went insane, but like we didn't have any crazy dunks and there wasn't any like super super high like hype moments. There were like some threes that he hit in the fourth that just like took over, and were just like gut wrenching for the Blazers. But no. Anyways, A1 obviously tonight. Too good of a performance to not give him A1, and I want to see this forever.
Yeah, the ending kind of like shook me up a little bit. Like my heart started racing, and it wasn't for like any positive reasons. We were coughing up the game. The moment when we pulled it away from like a 2-point game, 94-92 or something, we made it 102-94. It's like, holy shit, this is our team blossoming before our eyes. And then we went right back to where we started. And I was wondering, where's Ant going to show? Who's going to take over this game? And I mean, luckily we just closed out barely on the skin of our teeth or whatever the fucking expression is. But it's nice to see that like when shit is not going well in the first half, someone is recognizing it and not trying to do the same. They are doing the other to get something else going, if not others himself.
Yeah, and on the end of the game, like you were saying, like, I mean, I don't know why I felt so comfortable when Ant hit all those shots in a row and we were up by like 8 or 10 or something like that with only a couple minutes to go, because this is the Timberwolves that we're talking about. But I do think it's important to have games like this where you kind of get humbled a little bit, but still win. I keep quoting this, and well, I'm not directly quoting it, but just I keep thinking of this quote from, weirdly, Steph Curry in the beginning of the season, where he talks about like, hey, if we can make mistakes and still win on bad nights, like, I'm going to take that every time I can. So I'll take a win. And that's kind of like how I view like the last few minutes of this game and a lot of the things from the Timberwolves this season, Like there have been, by no means have we played any game really perfect, but we're over 500. We're at 500. We're at one game above 500 right now. And for us to not have played perfect this year and still had some injuries and COVID and everything, and be 24 and 23, right in the middle of the West, I feel pretty damn good right now. So
nice.
That's
all it's about.
That is
the field.
And I am hopeful now that this means that we can move forward and hopefully not fall deeply below 500 again. I'd love to stay at 500 or above 500, obviously, but that's the hope. I want to see that. I don't know what our next upcoming games actually I think are a little
TNT.
tricky. What'd you say?
It's on TNT.
Yeah, I heard that. What? I didn't even know what they were talking about. What game?
Golden State on Thursday.
On Thursday, yeah. So we play
Yeah.
Golden State and the Suns back to back.
Ooh, thank you.
That's rough. Rough.
I'll be there for both of those. Really excited about it. It's going to be a litmus test for us once again. We get a lot of those this season. Is this where we float at 500? Do we go back down, or do we create our own narrative to it, create our own story?
Mm-hmm.
And do we dethrone the top seeds in the West? It'd be kind of fun.
Really
take
fun.
take a stab at them.
I think this would be.
And,
I mean, sorry to
like
interrupt.
what?
I was just gonna say, like, you know, we're all healthy right now. I mean, Pat Bev's been out, but like, we're relatively healthy. We're going up against two great teams. Let's like pretend. Let's go through a little mock playoff, because guess what? If we're only through the 7 to 10 seed, we're likely going to be playing one of these two teams that we're playing up against next. So, you know, play these games seriously. I hope they're full health too, because last time we were really excited about the Golden State game, and then like everybody was hurt. So that's what I'm waiting for.
Yeah. Real quick, I feel like you cut out completely. I hope I didn't cut out. But let's get those Lario Bees. Championship weekend.
Oh, I lost you now. Well, I can't hear you if you're talking, so I'm just going to show everybody what the temperature is right now. See if it'll focus. Oh, that went off. What just happened?
What's happening?
We're still live.
Oh, we are.
Yeah, this was really weird. I was showing you must have ended the meeting, so my camera went away as I was showing the temperature outside right now. It's negative
I didn't end
12.
why would I end the meeting?
You didn't end the meeting. Okay, weird.
No.
Interesting. Well,
I was
anyways,
I was on a little fucking diatribe there. I was saying some hot shit.
You were, I guess, and
I don't remember what I was saying now.
Talking
But
about
we're gonna win. We're gonna win on Thursday, on Friday, and guarantee, or else Cam will be in a fucking hot tub.
Ice bath. No, but I'm serious about it. I'll do a hot tub stream if we. I think my apartment has a hot tub, a community hot tub. We'll do a hot tub stream.
That sounds so gross.
Yeah, I know. But anyways, back on Thursday. I think I should be available Thursday night, but I have to double check. I believe I am.
Sure.
But I think I am. And then back-to-back games on Friday night. Regardless, at least one of those two games I want to do. So, we'll be back then. Did you have any final thoughts before we go into Golden State?
No. Intro as the outro.
Intro as the outro. 45-minute show. Thank you all for joining us. 30 minutes or under. Thank you all for joining us. I appreciate you all, as always, all the OGs up in here. You guys are awesome. So, like the stream if you haven't already. I guess it's too late for that, but like the stream, subscribe to the channel if you're watching this later, and we'll see you later this week.
Later.
Intro as the outro.
Later this week. What?